Hello everybody and welcome back. We are here for week 31 of the Altered Index 2025 challenge. This is the challenge that I'm running in my Facebook group, Nonstop Papercrafts, and of course here on my channel. There are a few others that are also running this on their channel as well. So please make sure that you type in that hashtag and then you'll be able to go and find some more inspiration by some other creators. There are also lots of people posting in the Facebook group, so hop on over to Nonstop Papercrafts Facebook group and you'll be able to see lots of other cards made there too. So as I said, we are on week 31 and the prompt for this week is recycling. So this is actually super handy because I have been having a good tidy up in my craft room. I've got piles and piles behind me of just either rubbish that I'm throwing away, things that need to be shredded because I've got some old paperwork and things, stuff that either needs to be sold or donated. I've got so much going on behind me. So I've just had a quick rummage through there to pull out some bits that I can recycle. So I've got some scrap pieces of paper, I've got some pages from one of my old dot notebooks, an old kind of tissue paper envelope. What else have I got? Post-it note where I was obviously testing out a stamp, a little thank you from an order that I've had. I've got this kind of magazine that I thought I could use. I've got a couple of envelopes. I've got this page from one of my winter kits that I obviously didn't actually use in a journal. It's just a spare one. I've got an old tax envelope, hate having those, but I thought the brown might be quite nice, and an old colouring page where I've obviously done a bit of colouring. So I'm going to use those, and what I thought I would do for this card is I'm just going to collage on the design. Oh, I've got lots of cards here, don't need all of those. I'm going to collage the design onto one of them, and then I want to try and cut out the recycle symbol, which is obviously like 3 arrows going round in a circle, isn't it? So I'm going to try and create that, and then I'm going to, like I said, cut that out and then stick that over the next bit so it looks like a white symbol showing underneath. So that's the plan. So this is the one I'm going to collage over. So let's start by just tearing and chopping some bits up, shall we? So let's grab this corner. And I will obviously trim some bits down as well. But that can go there. Also got this lovely green which can perhaps go at the bottom. Use some of this envelope. Let's have a look. Now it looks a little bit Christmassy, but we've got the Christmassy bits that we can perhaps have on that side. We've got a stamp here that we could use. What else have we got? I like the number 2 from here, so I want the 2. And thank you. We could have that in there. Maybe a bit of the post-it somewhere. And what else have we got? I've got this little vellum piece and I have got some dot grid and some darker green. Right, okay, so let's maybe chop this down into smaller chunks. Because we've got quite a lot to fit on here. And I think I'm just going to start sticking bits down and then obviously trim off anything that I don't need. Okay, since we've got some green there, got this darker green, this can maybe go up the top. into that corner. Oops. Okay. Now this bit I think I want to trim down a little bit, so I'm just going to cut up here with scissors. That's going to go in that top corner. I might have that in that corner. Or do I want it a bit lower? Yeah, maybe a bit lower. But yeah, I'm hoping that this is going to turn out as I kind of imagine it. So as I said, once you kind of have the arrows cut out, it will look like the recycle sign. Now obviously at the moment I'm not entirely sure where exactly the arrows are going to be cut, so I'm not sure what bits you're going to exactly see, which bits are perhaps not going to be shown at all. But I think that's half the fun, isn't it? Just sticking stuff down and then kind of seeing where you end up. Right, so we've got that. That's going to go in that corner. Still got the thank you, so that could maybe go across there. Still got my number 2, which I might put down there. And then that leaves me with a bit of this to maybe go there. And a thinner bit to just come up here. Let's pull that off a minute. Put that there. Okay, I've still got this UK mail bit, so I think could maybe have a bit up the top there. And then I think just a little bit of that envelope back down the bottom. Something like that. Right, I've lost my lid. Oh, I really wanted this on there. I wonder. Might put that down there as well. Oh, might help if I took the lid off. Oh, I think this is actually 2 layers of vellum. Yes, it is. Okay, so we've got that down there. Right. Okay, so I'm just going to trim off anything that I can see kind of hanging off the back. Like so. Right, okay, so on the back is where I'm going to now draw the little design. Now that that's all collaged and ready, so I'm just going to move these pieces to the side because I don't need those anymore. Okay, so using a pencil. Now it's two ways. Sometimes it's a triangle, sometimes it's a circle. So I think I'm going to do the triangle. So obviously I don't know what's going on the other side. I'm just going to go with the triangle shape. And obviously you're not going to see this back part, so it doesn't matter. So my arrow that I'm going to cut in a minute is going to come down here. And it's going to go up and round. Okay, so I'm just sketching out where my arrow is going to be. I think it probably needs to come out a little bit, like so. Okay, I'm then going to have my next arrow doing the same thing. Maybe I'll come up a little bit shorter than that. Come. And again, I'm going to have my arrow pointing. Something like that. Just making this one a bit thinner. I think the other one's a bit thinner. Okay, and then the same here. So again, a little bit of a gap. Right, so something like that. Okay, I think I'm quite happy with that. Right, so I am going to cut that out and then we'll see how that looks on this side. So I'm going to use this tool just because I think this is going to be the easiest. I am going to freehand it, so I'm just going to cut through as best I can through all of those layers, which is why I'm using this tool, because I think it's probably the best for cutting through. So I'm just following my lines. Okay, and then this one is going to hopefully pop out. So any places where it is a little bit stuck, and just go over it. Right, so there's one, so I'm going to do the next one. So again, just following my lines around. Okay, so there's the next one. And last one. Now, as I say, not fussed if these aren't exactly the same. They're not going to be exactly the same because I've just freehand drew them, but I'm I'm thinking so far they're looking pretty okay. I'm looking forward to seeing how it looks on the other side once we've cut away from each of them. Right. Okay, moment of truth. Let's see how that looks. So that's the kind of recycle sign, isn't it, when you kind of have all the arrows going round. So if I bring in my other white piece and put that behind, I think that looks pretty good. It is going to need, I don't know, maybe something behind it. Okay, so I've got these which are different vellums. And I'm thinking maybe the lighter green one. I think yellow's too much. Don't want it too dark. So I've got either this kind of green, or I've got this green, which I think is probably going to be the better one. So you've got that behind it. I might draw with a black liner as well. Oh, I don't know, which one looks better? See, it's supposed to be white, which is what makes me go for the lighter one. However, I'm quite liking the darker green. I'm going to go with the lighter green. Why not? I'll go with the lighter green, and then yeah, because like I said, it's closest to the white, so I think I will go with that one. Right, so what I need to do then is first of all then stick the vellum down. Now, it doesn't matter if the vellum doesn't go right up to all of the edges. I mean, it has actually worked out pretty good, because obviously you're not going to see all the way up to the edge anyway. Right, but there's that on. Can now trim off that extra bit. Might actually have to come in with a stronger glue just on those edges. Yeah, this Barely Art glue is brilliant for vellum. That's better. Oops. Still got a bit of curl on that side. Right, and then this is going to get stuck over the top. So just going to quickly go in and out. Just give that a good press down. Okay, happy with that. Right, now to go round this part with a marker. Okay, so I'm just going to use my fine liner. Now I know this is vellum, but this does dry if you obviously just leave it to rest, which I will do once I finish this. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a wibbly wobbly border around it just to kind of help frame it a little bit. Awesome. Right, okay. Do I want any sentiment on there? Okay, so I've got one of these embossing label makers, so I'm just going to use this to have the word recycle, so I can have that kind of in the middle. So this is an upgrade from the other one I had. I had a really cheap small one, but it just didn't punch the letters very well. I mean, like I said, it was a really cheap one. So I thought I'd go for a better one, and this one so far has been brilliant. Okay, so we've got recycle. So a couple of spaces and then chop it off. So yeah, so that prints much better than my last one did. Okay, and then do I have recycle just straight through the middle? Or I might just have it behind. Oh, sorry, underneath. Yeah, or maybe just to the side. So if I just trim it down slightly. And I can have it to the side. And there we go, a very quick card, but there is my week 31. The prompt was recycle, so I've just recycled some bits that I was throwing away anyway, and created this really cool looking card. So I really like that. I think the collaging has worked really, really well. I hope that you have enjoyed this and are enjoying the Altered Index Challenge. I would really love to see your cards over in the Facebook group. I know lots of people head over there for inspiration, so it would be great to see what you are making. If you have enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. Also feel free to drop me a comment. Both of those things really help out my channel. If you are not already a subscriber, of course I would absolutely love for you to do so. Please also make sure that you click that bell button, that way you are notified of any new crafty videos. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next crafty video. Bye for now.